The Rickey, Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
We got a lot going on this morning. A Northwest Jacksonville community is grieving and trying to figure out how to move forward as a federal hate crime investigation is underway because a white gunman with a swastika branded assault rifle killed 3 black people at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. And the names of the victims of the lives that were taken by this horrific shooting was Angela Michelle Carr, age 52, Anoke Joseph Legary Jr. at age 19, and Gerald Gallion, age 29.
I'm sorry. Yeah, now the gunman was identified as 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmer, and he left behind racist writings and used racial slurs. Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said he was armed with an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun, both legally purchased, and targeted black people as he opened fire inside the store, according to the sheriff.
And on the ground in Jacksonville from our affiliate Hot 99.5, please welcome Devon Buckner. Devon, good morning, man. Thank you for joining us this morning. Give us an update on what's going on in Jacksonville on the ground.
Good morning, Rickey. First off, thank you for having me. I definitely wish this was under better circumstances, but the city of Jacksonville is shocked right now, myself included. We're still trying to just process that these types of thoughts and feelings are even in our community. I want to reiterate that does not reflect the people that are here, but there is ignorance everywhere, and it's sad. It's shocking. There's an open wound on the city right now, and we are just trying to understand and move past this because, as you said, 3 individuals, black souls, that were killed for no reason, simply because of the color of their skin. And we know that Ryan Palmer, he had hatred in his heart, and he was very intentional about what he did. I mean, he approached EWU first and was kicked off of the campus, essentially, and went to the Dollar General as his backup. He even recorded a TikTok video. So there was no question about his intent there. And it's even more insult to injury because this occurred on the 5-year anniversary of the landing mass shooting that occurred that same day at a Madden video game tournament. And he was aware of that. We believe that that was one of his main reasons for choosing that day to attack. So it's a crazy thing to comprehend. This is something that you see on national news and never think that it could really happen in your city. And here we are. So we're just trying to move through this trauma, and we appreciate all the prayers for the families involved.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask, what can we and the rest of the country do to help?
Well, as I mentioned, the prayers and the thoughts are very welcome and necessary, but we need action. Call on your local and federal governments, speak with your political leaders, because there is an attack on the children and the black community and minority communities in America right now. So we ask that if you are listening, if you're trying to get involved, first you can also donate to the GoFundMe, but call on your political leaders. We need to take action on this because enough is enough.
Hey, man, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let everybody know, Devon, how can you be followed?
You can follow me on Instagram at dev.radio. You can follow our Hot 99.5 page at Hot 99.5 Duval on Instagram. Feel free to reach out to us.
Oh, man, that's crazy. And I'm just disgusted this morning. We also got Attorney Ben Crump. Ben, good morning, man. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, good morning, Rickey. I certainly wish it was under better circumstances, Brad.
Yeah. Hey, Ben. First of all, thank you for everything that you're doing, man. How are people still allowed to purchase assault-style rifles like this that's just mowing down black folks? Ben, what's going on? And do you think that a lot of this has to do with the rhetoric that with people like Trump, DeSantis, and people on the crazy right wing? Tie the two in, Ben.
Absolutely, Rickey Smiley. This has everything to do with this white supremacy rhetoric that is being spewed by our national leaders, and it's a shame that we call them national leaders, but they're in fact representing half of the ideology, half of the thinking of America, because we have to remember that Donald Trump got almost 150 million votes, people who were, condoning this racism and this rhetoric. And then you think about Ron DeSantis, who is every other word out of his mouth is a dog whistle for white supremacy.
Absolutely, Ben.
I have all these people on social media and on the internet. I mean, these journalists talking about white replacement theory. That's why you have all these young white boys going shooting up black communities like we saw in Buffalo, and now we see it in Jacksonville, Florida. And Rickey, Smiley, this is shocking. This is the 470th mass shooting in the United States of America. So it's about gun control and it's about white supremacy. It's a fatal dynamic, a fatal combination. And we have to be careful in our black communities because these young white racists like Dylan Roof and all of them are trying to come to our community and have a mass shooting and then try to go down in history as some kind of celebrated white supremacist hero.
Yeah. I mean, it was really disgusting to see DeSantis at that press conference. It seemed like pandering when he referred to the gunman as a scumbag. How important is it for him and the other Republican candidates to call it what it is, call it racism, to call the shooter a racist? How important is that?
It's very important, and it's more important that they are held accountable for their words. The state representative who challenged him publicly, this sister should be saluted because she is saying when they challenged him in the Florida legislature, he is so petty and vindictive, and all the Republican leaders, that they moved her to the basement with the rats of the state capitol to punish her, to say, you can't speak out for, things that oppose this weak dictator, as the state representative down in Orlando, Florida called him, because that's what he is. Anytime somebody's talking about we are going to make it mandatory to teach black children and children in the state of Florida that slavery had positive benefits for your ancestors, and then try to act like he don't have blood on his hands when these white supremacists answer his dog whistle, is just hypocrisy. And we have to call him out at every level, and that's why I keep suing him over and over again. But it's going to take more than that. We got to get out, and we got to vote people like him out of office.
Yeah, you're doing better than me, because my whole mindset ain't right, because I think the only thing a damn dog understand is you hit him in the pocket or you get some damn blood. And I swear I'm for folks protecting themselves. I got a whole Malcolm X theory or whatever. I don't give a damn about no march or whatever. And then he's a coward, and then he go and kill himself. He should have killed himself first or whatever. I wish all of them go ahead and put a damn bullet to their own skull before they go out and try to mow down innocent people that haven't done anything to them. And you hate us because of our existence. Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump and all of their voters and constituents and whatever you want to call them are just outright racist. They hate our existence. That's why you got all these Karens out here and white people threatening black people for just existing, for sitting in Starbucks, for taking a nap, for going to work every day, for delivering a package or whatever. It's like, man, they hate us. They hate for the color of our skin and not the content of our character. And I tell you, Ben, I have to use a lot of restraint, bruh, on this show, big bro. I mean, being like for real, because I got something inside of me, man, that I just absolutely resent them. I resent them. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what, Rickey? I feel your pain, because we all have those moments. We have to make sure we are using that pain to motivate us to go out with a purpose. And the purpose is We got to wake up every morning early like they do and stay up late as they try to oppress us and they try to kill our children's future. We got to fight back with everything we have. What do I mean, Ricky? I think about what we're doing in Buffalo, where we're suing these internet providers, because I want to investigate this matter in Jacksonville, too. You know, the white boy in New York was talking on the internet with other people about how he was going to do it. And they have a responsibility to monitor the hate speech that's going on in their companies. I'm scheduled to talk to the family of Jerry and Gallon, the young man who was 29 years old, who left a 4-year-old daughter in this world, who his only crime was being black and at the wrong time walking into the Dollar General 4 blocks away from Edward Waters College with his girlfriend. He was shot and killed immediately. And then the white racist, young white supremacist tried to shoot his girlfriend, but she ran and he was a bad shot. And he missed her, and she escaped through the back of the store. I mean, it's just tragic. She's one of the main witnesses. She called with his family last night talking about the tragedy. And so one of the things we try to do with all this pain and frustration that we feel, we try to transform that into a purpose to try to prevent some of these tragedies from happening. Like in Buffalo, we represent those 10 black family, those senior citizens who were killed by that white supremacist, and we filed a lawsuit against the internet company. We filed a lawsuit against the gun manufacturer, because these gun manufacturers will sell guns to anybody, and we know that these Republican lawmakers keep having these laws that say anybody can get a gun. But this boy had been Baker acted, Rickey Smiley. That meant he had mental health issues, and we know that's the one thing they said. If a person got a mental health issue, you're not supposed to be able to sell a gun to them.
Ben, I'm finna do like we do at the frat house. I'm finna argue. Ben, I don't give a damn what he got. It's a lot of. I'm not saying that. You know, we frat brothers. We get on the phone and we argue all the time. I just want the folks to know what our relationship is. You one of my best friends on this earth and one of my favorite frat brothers. Ben, I don't give a damn what he got. He has sense enough to get a damn gun and go and mow down black people. And I want to get to a point in this country, Ben, regardless of the laws we've had, that they scared to try it, because there's going to be some repercussion. Because I tell you what, Ben, if you kill excuse me, because I have my 9-month-old granddaughter, and it's just me and her. I had no choice this morning in babysitting, so you might hear noise in the back. It ain't Brett, it's me this time. But if you kill mine, I'm going to jail, or I'm going to die killing them. And I mean it. I'm not marching. I'm not asking for no GoFundMe. I'm not asking for nothing, because I'm tired of it. Because, see, Dr. King also said, if you ain't willing to die for something, you ain't fit to live. And damn it, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these white supremacists and these white racists. I hate them. Now my pastor going to have to call me and get me to calm down. He fret also or whatever. I'm killing them, Ben. If they mess with me and mine, they dead. I'm gonna go Montgomery on their ass. I just need you to understand.
Yeah, and Ricky, we'll be the first ones to be representing you and make sure that they know that there are repercussions. Our frat brother, Dr. William Smith, the head of psychology at the University of Utah, calls it racial battle fatigue. How many more times can they keep doing this to black people and not expect us to have a visceral reaction? And so I'm with you 100%, Ricky. But what I want to do is try to prevent it as best we can, so we don't have to retaliate, because I feel that way, too. If they kill my daughter, I'm not going to be this mild-mannered Ben Crump that you see on television.
Right.
But we got to try to prevent them from killing our children. And what it is this radicalization of these white boys. This is domestic terrorism, and we got to call it what it is. I want to hear Trump. I want to hear DeSantis and them call it domestic terrorism, because, you know, if this would have been a minority or somebody Islam, they'll be quick to say, oh, this is terrorism, this is terrorism. How many more white boys got to go shoot up minority communities before they call them terrorists and they start treating them like they treat everybody else who dare come and shoot up America?
And then here they come talk every time it come to them. They talking about some damn mental health. Mental health, my ass. You knew how to put them damn bullets in that gun. You knew how to get in a car and drive to the location, and you knew how to do everything that you did. Damn them. Damn him. Damn his mama for having him. Damn his mental health. I'm going, hey, Ben, this might not
well,
be,
you know what, Ricky? I want to add on to that, too, because there is some parental accountability, right? You're talking about he was Baker acted back in 2017. And if he's 21 now, then that means he was having issues when he was an early teen. So do you foresee any laws being changed to hold parents accountable? Because they should be more aware of what's going on.
They ain't going to change no laws.
Hey, Rick, but you know when the roles were reversed, they did charge the black parent up in Virginia when the child when they shot the teacher. And so we have seen when it's black people who have did crimes, they do hold everybody accountable. So I do want to look at that when we're retained by this family. That's one of the main things I want to see, because these parents had to know something was going on with their kid. They lived with them. How did they not know that he was on the internet talking all this racial cleansing and so forth? Because that's what they're doing in our HBCUs. We have to be vigilant now because they're looking for black targets. Our black churches, we got to be vigilant now, because anytime, thank God to the security guard on Edward Waters College, because that was his target, Rickey Smiley. His target was to come and shoot up an assembly of black college students. And so right now, we got to more than ever educate ourselves. I'll say this, Rickey, before I let you go. I spoke at the March on Washington, and it's so shocking. We talking about the memory and the legacy of Martin Luther King, and then we have to deal with this type of violence. And then I spoke at Invest Fest the next day, and I told them that this next civil war won't be fought in the traditional sense. It's going to be fought in the digital divide. It's going to be fought on the internet with this AI and all this misinformation and disinformation. We got to make sure our young people are not just paying attention, not saying anything wrong with trying to say what's the next Drake album or who went to Beyonce concert. No, we also got to be spending time on the internet talking about reparations, talking about how we make sure our young people are getting quality education now that they gutted affirmative action and higher education, because the only way we will win this war against these enemies of equality is to make sure that our children are more intelligent than those who would seek to oppress them. Because if we're intelligent, we're making sure our whole community is safe.
There it is, y'all. Hey, love you, man. Root to the good bros. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.